Hey, all you recovering emo kids, Amanda Robb here with the Emo Kids Anonymous podcast. And on today's episode, we are going to be diving into a time-honored tradition that may have gone the way of the past, and that is the MTV Video Music Awards. And I am joined today by Liam Gallagher from Oasis. Actually, not Rob, apparently.
MTV, absolute dog shit over there, all right? They got a lot of mad lads running that network. We have a lot of good stuff over on the BBC, but you Yanks, I don't know, you just put straight rubbish on your television, all right? I've seen your programs. I've watched them. None of them are that good, all right? You ain't got a Jules Holland of your own, all right? You just got a bunch of two-bit, half-wit Carson Dailies, all right? And I think it's absolute rubbish. And before we dive into today's episode, I want to let people know you should go ahead and subscribe to this podcast. Honestly, though, I don't care if you do either way, all right? It's going to be your loss if you don't do the prescription on your own, all right? It's a great show. The other pods out there doing what we do, utter bullocks, all right? Okay? You got a mad lad, you got a mad lass. The rest of them, just a bunch of cheeky cunts running around like chickens, running around the countryside up at Edinburgh, all right?
Yep. Up in Edinburgh. Tickets. Clearly, if you are not aware, on Monday
I'm so fucking hot.
Robb got a chance to go see Oasis at the Rose Bowl, and he is going to commit to that bit for a long time. Except
yeah, I'm going to commit to the bit like over text and stuff like that, because when I do it in the jacket, doesn't. Holy shit, that doesn't. I don't know how they do it over there. They have no air conditioning either. They're cooking. I have air conditioning here. It's not great, but like
they don't believe in air conditioning. Or
no wonder that man's so grumpy. All right, but
I'd be grumpy too.
Don't listen to what Liam said. I really do hope you guys subscribe to this. And most of the people that have podcasts aren't cheeky cunts. Some of them are good. Some of them are. But not all of them, okay? Some of them are good. So do us a favor. Smash that like button.
Now, where are you going?
I don't know. Once the accents, I don't know. I'm doing my best to remove them. I just went accent free for an entire hour during an interview we did. So
he did.
It's just kind of popping out on accent. I apologize in advance if it slips out, but at least it's not the Canadian one, right?
No. Yeah, thank God for that.
I got you there. But yes. Anyways, before we dive into that, let's dive into our weeks. Is there any news? There's a couple pieces of news I would like to go over first as well,
ahead.
Amanda.
What's the first one?
Well, first off, let's go over my week because,
Yeah.
I can't afford therapy, so I need to do that here. Worst and best week of my life. Josie, we lost on Wednesday. Rest in peace, Josie. My best friend of all time. She finally got that sweet Fent OD that she's always talked about. It was a terrible day. Worst day ever. I assumed at this point that Josie, if she made it 16 years after eating trash and never going to the vet and just fucking partying with degenerates, that she would live forever. And unfortunately, I guess time and science are real things and they're unbeatable. Yeah, so we lost Josie and that was very hard. But then on Friday, the Chargers beat the Chiefs, which is just fucking wild. Okay, I was just throwing shit off my balcony, having a great time. It was magical. But then even better on Sunday, let me tell you, Amanda, it's like 5 p.m. on Sunday. I'm sitting inside my apartment and I get a text from one of my best pals, T, the reason I went to Philly, it was his wedding. And he texts me and he's like, yes. Are we doing it, Robbie? And I'm like, oh, I know what this motherfucker's talking about. And he sends me the thing, and it's like, because we've been watching the tickets, and we've been talking, like, we're a couple mad lads ourselves, all right? Yeah, we might be from America, but deep down, we're blokes, okay? We're full kit wankers. And he's like, he's in San Diego, which is about a 2.5 hour drive for me. And then I'm about a 45-minute drive from the Rose Bowl. And he's like, do we do it? Caged Elephant is the opener. I don't give a shit about Caged Elephant. We just got to be there for Oasis. I'm like,
that's right.
He's like, let me know. I can leave in 10 minutes. I'm like, brother, drive fast, drive safe. So he comes, shows up here. Oasis goes on at 8:45. He shows up outside my apartment at about 7:58. I jump in the car. We drive to the Rose Bowl. We get there like right as they're finishing the first, we get inside before the show starts. We get to our seats basically as they're finishing the first song. And no exaggeration, best show I've ever seen in my life. Best show I've ever seen in my life by maybe 10 miles. Like, it was just, this is the best band, biggest band on the planet for a reason. Like, and they're ripping through the hits. And Liam, look, I'm doing the Liam impersonation for a reason. I think that dude is the coolest fucking rock star that's ever existed in the world. Maybe there's like you look at the word cool, a lot of it comes down to, like, effortlessness, you know what I mean? And for a dude to be
Yep.
sitting up there in a jacket with his hands behind his back, like, people in our scene, they love Parker Cannon from The Story So Far, right?
Yep,
Parker
they do.
Cannon bit his whole fucking shtick from Liam. Just sitting there with his hands
Yeah.
behind his back, talking shit, you know, just, "Oh, you know, he's like, "I went to the beach earlier and the sand crab was giving me bullocks," you know, and it's just like, what is he fucking talking about? I have no fucking
I don't
idea,
know
but
either.
everything he says is magical to me. And then they get to the encore, and it's just like it's honestly, like, unfair. It's like when the Miami Heat had LeBron and Dwayne Wade and Chris Bosh
Yep.
or something that like that, where it's like, "Okay, yeah, you know, we're gonna do the master plan. Noel's gonna introduce the band, and then Noel's gonna do Don't Look Back in Anger, and then Liam's gonna come back on stage, and they're gonna do fucking Wonderwall into Champagne Supernova." And Wonderwall is this song that, you know, we're all tired of Wonderwall, this and that.
Yeah.
There's a reason we're tired of Wonderwall. It's because it's so fucking good that people play it nonstop. If you
It's true.
remove yourself from society and take away, like, the fatigue you have with Wonderwall, it's a beautiful song. And I think rock stars are a lost art in general. You know, a lot of our scene, a
They
lot of it
are.
is this relatability. You think, you know, we love a
Everyone's
Patrick Stump.
relatable.
We love these guys. Blink-182, they feel like some guys down the street. Liam Gallagher feels like a fucking rock star in ways that I don't think exist anymore. And I think that's a lot of the appeal, you know. I mean, you look at great rock stars over time. Like, you think Michael Jackson was relatable? Like, you think Elvis was relatable? Elvis was basically Donald Trump. He had like a gold toilet. He was chasing down 14-year-old girls. Like, these guys were weirdos. They're, you know, they're their own thing, but they were interesting to us. And I don't know. I mean, I don't think we need any more Elvises doing gold toilets and weird stuff like that. But maybe we need a
No,
couple. Maybe
I've been to Graceland. It is nuts.
yeah, yeah. Maybe we need a couple Liams though. So if any of you are in bands watching this, maybe ramp up the obnoxiousness. I don't know.
Oh, Youngblood, he feels like he's
Youngblood
has
does it,
some
but Youngblood
potential.
also seems like so inherently fucking sweet to me. Like, he seems like a
He is.
sweetheart. Every clip I've
He
seen of
does. Yeah. He can be a dick, but he's also like underneath a very sweet
no, every
gentleman.
every clip I've seen of Youngblood, he
Yeah.
seems like an absolute fucking sweetheart.
And a total thirst trap. I somehow found myself on the Youngblood Army fan page, which is a verified page on Instagram, and their reels keep popping up, and I was like, "Am I attracted to Youngblood now?
I
I
was gonna
might
say, I
be."
imagine the chicks into thirsting for Youngblood are like they're between the ages of like 11 and 15, and then like
Yes.
35 to 55.
Yeah, there we go. Not the people in their 20s.
Other piece of news that I think is interesting, and I didn't bring this up beforehand because I'm curious your real-time thoughts. So Craig Reynolds has a podcast
Yes, I saw
in the
that.
hardcore metalcore world, and they brought on the
Mhm.
Slaughter to Prevail guy, who is a known or has a, I don't know if he's a no, I don't want to be thrown that they are, but he's got one of those weird little.
Allegations.
He's got, I mean, it's not an allegation, it's physically on his body. You know, one of
It
those
is.
things that my Indian neighbors have on their door for their religious thing that Hitler co-opted, you know,
Oh, yeah.
the I don't I will
I know what you mean.
I don't swastika, you know, you know what I'm talking about. But he had him on,
Yeah.
and he's been receiving a lot of hate online. I'm just curious what your thought is about, you know, I mean, obviously we're not gonna have Slaughter Prevail on here just because, like, I don't, what the fuck are we gonna talk about? But like,
No.
it's very interesting to me to see people getting very upset about it because I think we both grew up in a world where journalism was kind of like you interview people even if you don't like them, you know?
Yeah. Yeah. It's interesting as long as the interview is done where you're getting something out of it and it's not just, the biggest I always think back to Jimmy Fallon in 2016 when he
See,
let
that's he tousled
Donald
his
Trump
hair.
and he tousled his hair, and that was right there. That was right there. You made him relatable, and it's not like we want to. He is a monster, but no one took like he didn't take him to task. And why would he? It's a Tonight Show. He would never go on a real show where someone would take Donald Trump to task on his views because that's not what Donald Trump does. And I imagine that's what people like him from the singer from Slaughter Prevail would do too. He wouldn't go on a show where someone might challenge him on why he's has the swastikas to begin with. So at the end of the day,
Which I'm pretty sure Craig did. I saw a clip where they
he
speak about
brought
it.
it
They
up.
they
They
go
did,
into it
yeah. Yeah,
because
they go into it.
we had a similar thing where a larger artist in this world, you know, who follows this pod. If you're watching this, what's up, Ronald? Where it's kind of like, would we bring him on this or that, you know? And it's kind of like it's this tough spot where it's like you don't want to like alienate these people. I mean, you do want to alienate them a
Well,
little,
I
but
want to get sued by him.
yeah, but
I
you
don't
want
have
to like
Anthony Fantano money.
No, yeah, we ain't got that Fantano money, okay? Maybe the Fantano in San Diego that he sued the first time. Maybe I got like that Anthony Fantano money, but no,
Yeah.
I am the world's like second busiest music nerd, and the income disparity between us is unreal, okay? But I do think it's it's interesting where it's like you bring up the Tonight Show, which is a great one right there, where it's like that's
Yes.
your I don't like the term platforming. I think that's something that like we as like leftist people like have thrown on and we use it for things that aren't accurate. But like if you're
Yes.
tousling his old boy's hair, if you're like, oh, Mr. German guy, like your mustache is so nice, like that
Ooh,
you're
I like your tattoo. Let me
I like
touch it.
your
Let me
tattoo's nice. What is it? It's totally not the bad thing, right? It's that's different. But like there should be some hard hitting questions. You know what I
There
mean?
should
That
be.
being said,
Yeah.
Don Trump. I don't know if you're really into emo music, but if you are, have your people hit us up. We will
You
consider
would
having
never
you
come
on.
up.
I don't know. You never know. You never know. He's about to be out of a
You're
job
right.
in a few years. He might get tired of grifting.
We're not Theo Vaughn. He wouldn't come on this podcast.
I got halfway the hair. I got like a
Yeah, yeah.
similar shallow gene pool and probably a similar IQ. So it's basically Theo Vaughn over here. Donald, come on. Come on the pod. Come on the pod. I won't say anything too mean to you.
Yep.
That's a lie, I would. Let me make
Can't
that
wait for
clear in
that to
case
happen.
I was gonna say, yeah. I will be holding my breath, Don. So if you don't come on, yeah, I don't know why I picked Don Trump as the guest. I don't know. This is not an endorsement of that guy in any way. I'm just saying, like, yeah, if you want to
It
come
is
on,
not.
yeah,
It is not. But speaking of your hair, I did have a friend of ours, Chris, wanted to know what your plans are for your hair.
yes, our friend Chris Broken Radio Vibes, great guy, one of the best guys I know. He recently lent me like $15,000 that I know he was planning to give to the orphans, but I was in a bit of a tight spot with my son, and he's like, "Oh, geez, like, yeah, I'll help you out." And I was like, "I'll get you that money back soon." He also one time lent me his car, which is like he's got a really nice set of cars. He's got a Ferrari, Nova, a bunch of things. Some of them he has doubles of actually. Very nice car collection. One of the best guys I know. So, Chris, actually, I'm actually planning on cutting her into a mullet. Probably, I've been talking about it for months. But one of these days, I might just go full Britney, brother. We might just Britney this bitch.
Please don't Britney that bitch. Please don't.
If I
Don't
Britneyed
mold
it,
it.
if I Britneyed it, I thought about it one time. I was on a live with Chris months ago, and I thought about it during that. I was like, what if I just like went and grabbed the clippers and just gave myself a haircut during the middle of the thing? Like, I feel like that's good content. Nice little people see it as like a crash out, but I'm like, brother, it's hot as shit in here. I'm just trying to cool down my neck. Anyways,
Anyway.
what are we talking about today, Amanda? Because I could talk about
Well,
Oasis and my
I
hair and
know,
my friend
but
from Jersey all day.
there is one piece of news, and this is going to segue into our conversation, and that is that last night was the Sunday night, even though this will air on Wednesday. Sunday night were the 2025 VMAs, and for the first time ever, they were not only broadcasted on MTV but also
On
broadcasted
CBS, which tells you
on
this is the most
CBS.
irrelevant shit on the planet, okay? I watch
Yes.
CBS for the football games. And every Sunday, I've been watching Charger games on CBS my entire life. And I always think when they advertise these shows on CBS, this channel is strictly for the senior citizens. You got 60 Minutes, you got cop drama, you got NCIS, and then you have like Odd Couple, where it's like, hey, we have a black guy and a Jewish guy. They live next to each other. What kind of hijinks will come? Like, type of things that are really only appealing to boomers. And when I
Yes.
saw that like the VMAs are on there as well, it's like, oh, you guys are so cooked, bro.
Yeah, and it was
Cooked.
an interesting ceremony, and I am quite unsure of who the audience is. And we actually talked about music videos in our episode with Saturdays at Your Place with Mitch from Saturday at Your Place, which is coming out after this on Friday. And we were talking about how people don't make music videos anymore like they used to, and if you're doing it, it's really a labor of love. And you can see that evidence in the MTV Maze head first. A lot of the videos that were nominated are over a year old. They were like from like last year. They weren't even from 2025. They were 2024. Like Sabrina Carpenter getting nominated for a music video that came out in 2024 makes no sense.
For Espresso?
No, I think it was Taste, I think, is the one that.
The Taste video is even fucking older, isn't it?
Yeah, I think so. Yeah. No, Espresso then Taste. Yes. And then, yes. Yeah. So, in addition to that, this is what makes it. So they had LL Cool J host, which I didn't think that the that you would be going for with the VMAs knows who LL Cool J is. I know.
LL Cool J was he was like a B grade actor. Yeah, Mama said knock you out. Like, yeah, super. Like that was. I
Yes.
remember my first VMAs were 99. By that point,
Yeah.
LL Cool J was a fucking relic. No offense. I know he
Yeah,
was in
no,
like
he
a
was
cool
like,
shark movie that year, but like in 2025,
let's see.
a rapper from like 35 Deep Blue Sea, that was the movie, right?
Yeah, yeah, with Sam Jackson, he got eaten by a shark. Oh, that was bad grammar. Let's see. Lady Gaga won the most awards, which I didn't even realize. Like Die of the Smile, I didn't realize it was that popular. That godforsaken Alex Warren for that
Who the
Ordinary
fuck is
song,
Alex Warren?
which is so he used to be part of that hype house that was popular on TikTok in 2020.
What the fuck is
And
a hype house?
it was a group of like kids who wanted to be famous, I guess. Something like that. I don't know. I was not following the hype house in 2020. But
I'm
he
about to
comes
put
out
the
with
Liam
what
back
I would
on.
consider is that the most bland white person hype song to like motivate you with like the choir in the background and the whole 9 yards. And so he wins Best New Artist. I think Ariana Grande wins some big awards, but for like again, something that came out last year. You had Ricky Martin got a Latin Icon Award and came out and sang, Live La Vida Loca. And
Ricky?
yes, Ricky, yep.
That was 26 years ago.
Yes. And Mariah Carey got the Vanguard Award, which is like the big icon award. And her performance, I remember Mariah Carey doesn't really do much on stage. People are like, "Oh, she looks like something's wrong with her," and I'm like, "No, she never really
She
did much
wasn't
on stage.
dancing. The fact was
She never
in an era
danced."
where the pop stars were never the greatest singers, she could hit 5 octaves. That was the
Yeah, she
appeal of
did. She
Mariah.
just walked around in really high heels and sang. I was not expecting her to dance. Let's see what else. Doja Cat brought Kenny G. Does anyone in the demographic that we're talking about know who Kenny G is? On top of that, they had Busta Rhymes come out to do a Rock the Bells visionary medley of his songs. He got an award too. Again,
It's like a MTV
does the
Hall of Fame award.
Yeah, I guess. I don't know what Rock the Bells visionary is different from a Vanguard, is different from a Latin icon. I don't know what the difference between
When is the
those.
Latin icon a thing? That's new, is it?
It has to be. I have not watched the VMAs in a few years. I think I watched in 2023 only because Fall Out Boy did the pre-show and they sang "We Didn't Start the Fire" and they wore the John Byrne suits. Don't ask. That was the last time I think I've seen the VMAs, but I wasn't watching it regularly. I just literally watched the pre-show for them, and I was like, well, I guess I'll stick around and see what else. But it is interesting because I was not quite sure who the audience is for this. When like Lady Gaga, who of course first got on the scene when we were in 2008, 2009.
2008. Think about like, okay, so like I'm thinking my frame of reference is like 1999 is my first year watching the VMAs.
Yes.
That's the equivalent of having Madonna clear all the awards at the 99 VMAs, or Janet or Michael or fucking Van Halen, or like, hey, Bruce Springsteen just released, he just did the Blood Brothers cut on the greatest hits. Let's give that all the awards. Like when you're a kid, you don't want to listen to your parents' music. It's
yeah. And so it was really interesting. I don't know what their idea was behind doing it this way. They did a lot of, and the other thing they did very differently was that most of the awards were given out during the pre-show while everyone's walking the red carpet. And then instead of during the show, which was mostly performances, but that's not the point. The point is that
it's a fucking award show. It's an award show. Why are we not?
Yeah,
we're not doing
about the music videos, and that's what it should be about. And it's not about that anymore. I think it's just about whatever MTV thinks is popular.
MTV, they're fucking clueless. They're just running ridiculousness all day. They've been clueless for 20 years. And like, I'm sure you know, those award show performances are some of the fakest things on the planet. My buddy Kevin, who played drums in my band, he worked at this place, Center Staging. They provided the equipment for a lot of them. Like the cymbals the drummers use are literally like, they're not cymbals. It's like Like it looks like it, but you hit it, it makes no noise. Like they have them there. Like the guitars aren't even plugged into stuff a lot of the times. Like maybe there's like a live vocal over top the dub, but a lot of the times like that's how they do all the American Music Awards. I remember that was a big one because like he'd do the American Music Awards.
Oh,
Remember there's
that's
one year the Joe Bros
crazy.
play, and they're like, oh, they're not even plugged in. It's like, I'm sorry, the Disney band is doing a fake performance on the Disney ABC channel. Are you really surprised? Like, none of this is fucking real. Like,
Yeah, it never was.
it's for kids. And like, there's someone in our group today that was like, oh, it's like, like, how would you fix the VMAs? I'm like, you wouldn't. It's dead. Put them down. Like, there's no fixing it. There's no appealing to everyone. And she's like, well, it'd be really sad to see like, this thing I liked when I was a kid go away. It's like, why? Why? Like, the VMAs,
Everything does go away at
everything,
some point.
yeah, yeah.
I mean, award shows are going the wayside, but this one even more so because of the invention of YouTube, because of the lack of cable and everyone moving to streaming. Music videos are not the hallmark of pop culture as they once were. Every once in a while, you get a Sabrina Carpenter like Man Child or Taste. You get something like that. A Taylor Swift comes out with a really cool music video.
You go
But
watch it
most
on
of the time,
YouTube. You
you
go
can
watch it
watch
on
on
YouTube.
YouTube. But most of the time, people aren't watching the music videos like they used to.
I'm sure when you
One
were
of
a
the
kid,
things.
like before school started, and then when you get
Oh
home,
yeah,
you'd put on MTV and they'd play songs,
yeah,
They just play
exactly.
videos and you'd watch it.
Yeah, and they became iconic because that was a way for us. And we were talking about this with Mitch from Saturdays at Your Place. It's a form of art, right? And then now at some point it became a who can be more tech savvy and more who can put the most CGI in their music videos. You started seeing that in like the 2000s and stuff going on into the 2000s until we get now. It's where, and of course, the categories themselves, it's not about the music videos at all. Like, it's not about who has the best music video. It's
No,
who they think is
there
popular
was always like
right now.
one award that was for the music videos. It was like there was
Yes.
like a best cinematography award that was always like the most irrelevant one on the show kind of thing.
Yes, and they don't show that doesn't exist anymore. Now they have things like the push performance of the year
Fuck does that mean?
presented by Bacardi. Most of their big awards are presented by
They have like
brands
sponsors,
now.
yeah, of
The
course,
best
because they're not
collab
getting
is
their money on
Under
their ads
Armour.
anymore.
No,
Under
they need
Armour,
to.
who's even Under Armour's not even relevant.
It's
Under Armour
almost
is for like cops to wear underneath their like cop
Is anyone
blouse.
telling The Rock that? Because he has a whole collection.
Does he still do Under Armour? I feel like The Rock has his own one now. Like,
No,
you're,
Project Rock is still at Under Armour.
oh my God. So here's where the problem really begins so we're talking about watching music videos in the 2000s. Let's say in a 30-minute block on MTV, they would play 5 music videos traditionally. You don't like all 5 of those songs. I mean, maybe you do, but for the most part, the average person doesn't. You're going to change the channel. And it leads to people constantly changing the channel. So it's like, okay, people enjoy these music videos. This is a thing, but everything on television is centered around ads and selling ad space. And when you're losing viewers every 4 minutes and then they're coming back and they're flipping around, you're not getting as strong as numbers. So it became a lot safer to say, hey, let's throw a reality show right here. Let's have some
Yeah,
16-year-olds get pregnant. Let's do some Jersey Shore. Let's date some moms. Let's
those
remake some
16-year-olds.
music videos. It became those because that will actually have people locked in for that time, as opposed to like, yeah, maybe you like the NSYNC video and the Britney video, but then they're going to play the Jordan Knight or the Korn video, and maybe you don't like that. You're going to change the channel, and once you change the channel,
But
the
I
ratings
did
are
like
fucked.
Freak on a Leash.
A lot of us liked all of them. A lot of us, and in hindsight, a lot of us say we liked them all, but at the same time, the numbers say otherwise. Some of us were changing the channel, even if it's a matter of like you still liked it. Maybe you're like, what's on VH1 now?
That's
What's
true.
on the,
Or the
what's
box.
on?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Then I could.
but yeah, I never had that.
That's where you have to pay. It's the 900 number you call so that you could get the video you wanted to play played, and that's yeah. But it's only music videos. Me and my sister lived for it, and on Fridays we would try to call in, and my mom was not happy when she got that phone bill, so that we could see Backstreet Boys, NSYNC, Usher, like all that in this like on the countdown. Anyway, but yeah, it's become now a thing. It's about the celebrity more so than the videos, right? In the beginning, it was all about the videos and who could come up with the most inventive and creative videos, and that's what you really saw for a good like 20 plus years. And then it became a cultural like point of time. When I think about the VMAs, think about
You
all
think
the
of Britney
moments.
kissing and Madonna.
Yes, you think of Britney kissing, you see Madonna. I think of, you know, what's her name? Diana Ross touching Lil' Kim's boob on stage.
That's the first one I saw where she had like the little purple thing on it. Yeah,
Yes.
yeah, yeah.
To be fair, okay. Anyway, yeah. So that happened, and then the Taylor Swift and Kanye thing probably was like peak. Well,
I
no,
was
I
gonna
think maybe
say
Miley Cyrus
the
and
Taylor one.
Blurred
I would say
Lines.
in the while we're here, let's do like what are the biggest moments in MTV VMAs history? It's easily Kanye and Taylor sets a trajectory for their entire careers there.
Yes.
I think if the Taylor Swift was going to be Taylor Swift no matter what, okay? Like to some degree. But at this point in time, she is a pop country artist coming off her second album, which is still seen as like cutesy little girl pop country music like that. She's not
Yes.
take off your 2025 Taylor glasses and remember at this time it's like the dorky girl in the Love Story video. We don't have this
Yes.
attachment to her. And Kanye, who at this time is arguably the biggest artist on the planet, mom
Yeah.
just died, comes on stage
Between
drunk,
Beyonce, who was also nominated.
and he makes an ass of himself and kind of sets this trajectory, that really I think affects both of their careers to different degrees for the next 10 plus, maybe even till now,
Yeah. And while was an awkward moment to watch, it is what helped keep the VMAs relevant. And then suddenly VMAs became a cultural, like, this is what we're going to do. I mean, they did like the Michael Jackson tribute, and they had like the Britney Spears and NSYNC, all of them come and dance with them, right? And Usher and Maya. And then in 2013, they gave, Justin Timberlake the Video
And
Game Guard
NSYNC came
Award and
out.
brought NSYNC all
That's
back
the
together
last one I
again.
watched. I remember that.
Yeah,
That's because
that
that's
was
the
the last one I
Miley year.
watched
I
too.
think that's the last. I know after
That
there
was.
was a Nicki Miley moment a year or two after that. But
Yes, there was.
realistically,
Miley was good.
that Robb and Thicke year, that's I think the last time that this is actually relevant. And like people might be listening to this and thinking like, oh, I remember this or that. You remember it because you're being a fucking nerd about it and you are really into this. I mean, like the Miley thing, your grandparents knew about it, your aunts and uncles, your coworkers. Like this
Yes,
was like the last bit of monoculture. Everyone
it was.
knew of Miley, the foam finger, twerking on the stuff, like that was a major cultural moment. And I don't know if MTV is trying to recapture that. I don't know if they want to, but they want views, they want engagement, and
Yeah.
it seems to be grabbing at straws of just like everyone who feels semi-relevant. Like, let's throw them on here. Let's throw them on here. Like you're telling me there's awards where like the Backstreet Boys are nominated for awards, My Chemical Romance, Video Music Awards. MCR is essentially at this point, look, we love MCR here, but they're basically like fucking, it's like Aerosmith going on tour in the late 90s or something. Like there's no album, there's no videos. It's a band on a
Yeah,
tour right now. It's a band doing like 15 fucking tour dates. Like
exactly. Yeah,
the
it's so
Backstreet Boys,
weird.
are like a Vegas residency act. Isn't that what they're doing? They're like in Vegas?
Yeah. They're at the Sphere. I know, I'll go see
Why
them.
don't why don't we fucking was
Yeah,
Lionel Richie
because
busy?
it's like it was the best group, and Blackpink won. But yeah, I mean, Evanescence isn't, we have a new song now with Amy Lee, but I
They came
mean,
out like a week ago.
a week ago, yeah. But Imagine Dragons, I didn't even know they were still
Imagine.
relevant. But they're on this list, and it's really just, and half of these acceptance speeches were pre-taped. They weren't even there. Lady Gaga showed up just to win her award, then just to go off and do her Madison Square Garden performance, which clearly was much more important for her.
As it should be, yeah.
Yeah,
Nothing is less relevant than MTV today.
and then you could tell that they obviously, like, I don't know if people voted, like how the voting was or if they was voted on, but like the song of the summer went to Tate McRae's Just Keep Watching, which isn't
The
the song that
fuck
you
is
would
that?
think. So her famous song is Sports Car. This song came from the F1 movie. I don't know if you know what the F1 movie
F
is. There's a movie that came out over the early summer called
this.
F1 with Orlando Bloom and several other people. I just remember
F1
Orlando
like the
Bloom from my head.
tornado or like cars?
No, Formula One.
It's a fucking Formula One movie?
And yes, this summer, and Tate McRae's song Just Keep Watching was on it. And somehow that won Song of the Summer over Man-Child. And, well, honestly, none of these songs to me are the song of the summer. And I think that just goes to show you how how polycultured we are right now. because I don't even know who Somber is, but this person won for Best Alternative, which is a
SMBR,
category.
yeah. Yeah,
Yeah,
SMBR, yeah, is his name. And let me just tell you,
SMBR. I don't know. I thought it's
no, it's
Samba.
Samba. It's combining his names. His name is Shawn Michaels something or other. I can't quite remember. He's a good lad. But let me just say, MTV, never you've been more relevant, all right? You're being a bunch of bellends over there. You're grasping at straws that are meant to be stirring your grandmother's tea. You have become the grandmothers. Once upon a time, MTV was a cool thing for the youth. And now MTV is just like what is that even? Like this is like everything I've seen and heard about this award show. Not even like I get it. Maybe sometimes people might be like, "Oh, you're being an old man yelling at a cloud." I'm also, kind of also pretty teenager code in the sense of I'm pretty hip to pop culture stuff for the most part, kind of, but it's like this is just fucking if you take away, step outside of the institutions and the intellectual property you have nostalgia for, like MTV or, oh, this means that, like, this is the worst sounding shit I've ever. It's not an award show, and we've seen it for the Grammys. Like, remember when Paramore won Best Rock Album? I think it was like 2013 or so, 2014 maybe it was,
Yep.
after the self-titled record. And it's like they didn't get they're not doing the award on the show. The point is to watch people win awards. You want pre-tape performances? Go watch fucking Seth Meyers.
Yeah,
Like
and you'll get exactly what you want. Yeah. It's very interesting what I don't know if what they're trying to do, and unless it's they
they're trying to
see.
bleed Viacom dry or something like that
Well, that's
because there's
probably
no way
true.
it's got to be just like five, a pack of middle-aged dipshits in suits that are like, "Oh, what about this? What about that?" And it's just like it sounds directionless.
It does, and let's keep in mind this is the same company. I mean, at least at the parent level, let Stephen Colbert show
Oh,
ending
they're
his
clueless.
show
Yeah, no, they're
because
clueless.
of some, dare we say, political reasons. There is definitely they're trying to grasp at straws at nostalgia. They see what's popping off online. They think that what we want is some recreation of the 2000s. I think they were hoping for moments that weren't there. Sabrina Carpenter's performance of Tears was basically an homage to Britney Spears. There is a Britney Spears performance that is quite famous of her in like the rain, and from the outfit, because Sabrina Carpenter gets soaking wet in this performance, because of the metaphor. And so
Is the
there's
me-
things she
is the metaphor wet water, white shirt, see-through shirt, look at boobies? Is that the metaphor?
no, just like what the song means. So she gets wet because of what the song means. Yeah. So anyway, but everything she does, even I think the outfit she wore like to the show was reminiscent of Britney Spears, right? And then of
Are we
course they
deep in
bring out.
this enough? Are we deep in this enough that I can tell you that the new Sabrina Carpenter album is mid as fuck? And I say that as someone that loves Sabrina Carpenter. It's fucking mid. We live in this stan culture where it's like, oh, my favorite mother, she made this thing. It's so good. It's so fucking mid. It doesn't have the magic of what makes her good. It feels like a short and sweet 2 Electric Boogaloo, where it's like, oh, you realize the
I think
gimmick
that's
is
what
that
she
I
said.
I hate I hate men. It's like men are stupid, and it's like, look, I get it. But it's like you're doing it a little too, you're doing like hat on a hat, a little too on the nose, where it's like it's missing the charm. Like there's no please, 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 or an espresso or
It is kind of
coincidence. There's
missing some of
none of
that.
that. It's missing.
Though
It's just like,
tears really get. I like that song. That's
it's just
upbeat,
like,
catchy.
you gotta like it because you're a girl kind of thing. And it's like, you don't have to. Like, there's tons of stuff. Like, I love
You
Sabrina
don't
Carpenter.
have to like it if you're a
You
girl.
don't have to, but I mean that's how it feels. I have a friend. I have a friend that recently, like, the Haley Williams album came out, and she was like, "Oh, I feel bad. Like I haven't checked out as much. Like there's a certain like." You're the friend, by the way. Like, there's a certain like a certain stuff involved with these records where it's like, oh, you gotta like this. You like Taylor. Like, have you heard this? Oh, you gotta just listen to the whole deluxe one. It's the best one. It's like we need to be able to admit that our favorites sometimes release stuff that's mid. We need to hold their feet to the fire. Like, these are entertainers. Once upon a time, these people sang for their supper. You know what I mean? And
Yeah.
now they are the gods, and we are like praying at their feet. Like, it's, and I say this, like, I love Sabrina Carpenter. I've said on this show, I've said before, if I could build a pop star from the ground up, it would be Sabrina Carpenter. I'm just
I
saying,
think she
like,
was built from the ground up. Yeah.
yeah, it's disappointing. The record was disappointing to me. But I have not seen her performance at the VMAs yet. I'll be sure to YouTube that when my son is not in the room because, yeah, I've been catching a lot of weird vibes from him. He's been grabbing at his shit a lot. I don't need to be giving him any ideas.
No, you do
Yeah, be happy you
not.
don't have boys. I go in
I
this
am
room and
very
he just,
happy
like,
every day.
goes to sleep with it out. I'm like, "Brother, it doesn't need air, okay? It's not like you got, like, a fucking reptile at the pet store and you gotta poke holes in the top, brother. Just, like, leave your underpants on. You're making it weird for me to walk in your room."
Yeah. But I think when it comes down to it is that there was a time when MTV was the epitome of what pop culture was, at least in the music culture, right? Everyone got, for the most part, their source for music from MTV. For not everyone, but there is a good large population who learned. That's why a lot of people from our generation know all of the same songs. I could wager that if you would ask Gen Z the same thing, there's maybe a handful of songs, but not quite as many as what we knew, right? There's one or two. There's one Sabrina Carpenter. There's maybe a Kendrick
I was
Lamar.
gonna say,
Like
yeah, like,
everyone knows.
besides, like, Not Like Us, like, I can't even think, like, what are the I mean, yeah, I'm a nerd, so, like, I listen to the Sabrina Carpenter record, but it's like, I knew Nonsense was fairly unavoidable.
Yes, it was at the
There
time.
was,
Yeah.
like, even then, Taylor, like, Tortured Poets, there's no song on there that was, like, unavoidable. You
No.
mentioned sports car. I've only heard sports car because, like, I went out of my way to hear it because people were talking about it, like, and which is, like, this isn't an indictment on, like, the artists where it's like, "Oh, your shit sucks." I'm not saying that. I'm saying just, like, our culture is weird where, like, these things aren't our friend Ryan State brought up, like, this YouTube or this Netflix show, that Demon Hunter K-pop thing, and I'm like, "Brother, I have no idea what that is," but it's massive, and it's just like, things can be
It is
massive
massive.
and totally irrelevant, you know? Well, fuck it, we'll break some news here if you're watching this deep. Very I have it on my sources very confirmed that one of the headliners at Coachella this year is going to be Carol G. I'd never heard a Carol G song until
Yeah,
Friday when
no.
she performed at the Charger Chiefs game. But she's a massive artist globally,
She is, yeah, globally,
fucking
yeah.
massive. But like, just these same things don't exist. Where it's like, have you seen the Whenever Wherever video?
From Shakira?
Yes, you know the video.
Yes, of course I do. Yes, very well.
Have you seen the Single Ladies video? Have you seen the
Of
Love
course.
Story video? Have you seen It's Gonna
Yes.
Be Me? Have you seen all the
Yes.
small, like, multiple, and I could pick out like 5 videos, maybe even not even 5, like 10, where it's like not even, yes, we are nerds about it, but like everyone would be able to identify those videos from that time. You know
Yes,
what I mean?
yeah,
Like,
you would. And they become, and they're the videos that become Halloween costumes that everyone would recognize. If you went to a Halloween party. Oh, my internet went
Benji, come
out.
inside. You're frozen. You're frozen.
Rob.
Oh, there
My
you go.
internet
You were
just
frozen.
my internet
Okay.
my internet went out. I was like, "What happened?"
Come inside.
Um,
There you go. You disappeared again. Benji, come the fuck inside. Go to the room, buddy. Come on, dude. Come on. Daddy's working. 20 more minutes. Go to your room. Thank you. There you go.
so sorry.
You're good. You're good.
Yeah, that just went insane. No, so these music videos, because we had this monoculture, because that was our only, and they were just thrusted upon us in this mainstream medium, which is MTV, VH1,
They're almost like our memes at the
diffused.
time too, you know? They're like
Yeah,
our that was our
they were
memes. Like, you
memes.
see this
Yeah.
TikTok, no, but I've seen the chick dance around the church in the Helena video, you know? It's the same
Yeah, and
thing.
you knew it is. And it became everyone's Halloween costumes, but everyone at the party would know. I would wager that would not be the case today. And then even with the VMAs themselves, it became such a like Sunday night show for everyone to go watch, that like there are
I'm sold.
iconic
I remember when
things
that
from
shit
it.
was on a Thursday.
That's true. Like that's true. And there was iconic things from it, like from not only we talked about the performances and moments, but the fashion, right? There was like the Versace, like the what is it? The one almost naked outfit I think that like
Talking
J
about
Lo
Rose
was
McGowan?
wearing. No, no. Well, yeah, she was wearing it at the VMAs, wasn't she?
The Rose McGowan one with Marilyn
Yes.
Manson? Yeah, yeah, that was at the
Yes.
VMAs, I believe,
I was
yeah.
thinking of, Jennifer Lopez's one at the time.
The thing that, like, broke
Yes.
so that I'm sure people may or may not know, that photo was that the VMAs? I feel like that was the AMAs or something. I don't know. That photo is the reason Google Images exists. Because people wanted to look up that image so badly after it happened that Google, I guess, was like, "Fuck it, let's build this."
Thought it was wait, hold on. I thought it was the VMAs. Maybe? Yeah, it's the yeah, her infamous it's the white it's the, oh yeah, her white outfit that was very popular, where she had the headband, because she was going for something, that's for sure. I thought it was the green dress, the Versace green dress. I
Yeah,
thought
that's what
that
I was
was the
thinking, it was the
VMAs
green
as well.
dress. Yeah, that's what I was talking,
It was
yeah,
the
with the
Grammys, but
green one.
that's the Grammys. Yeah.
Yeah.
That was the
Well,
Grammys.
speaking
My
of the
bad.
Grammys,
But
while we're on that one, the Grammys are the same thing. The Grammys are fucking irrelevant. You know what I mean? It's the same thing where it's like
yeah.
there's still an institution with respect, you know, where it's like that the Grammys hold weight still. People talk about still artists want to submit to the Grammys. I don't think any artist gives a fuck about a VMA award. You know what I mean? Like,
No.
I'm sure it feels
Yeah.
nice or something like that, but it's like you grow up dreaming of winning a Grammy as a musician. If you're going to dream of winning any award, it's not a VMA this side of fucking 2006.
Yeah. I mean, by the time the VMAs were at their peak, it was more of a to win a VMA, I feel like was a mark that you had made it in pop culture and that you were relevant on the mainstream because Grammys is not about that. But that goes into the for both award shows when it comes to the nominees. Again, there is that sense of playing to nostalgia or not trying to give newer artists a chance. They do it really well with the pop, right? I mean,
Pop's
they
fairly
had
they're
like,
pop fairly on top of that with
yeah,
pop music, yes. But like, I mean, you talk about the
exactly.
Grammys. Obviously, we could sit here and bitch about the Grammys, the rock nominees over the last
You could
20
also do that with the
years. You know what I
VMAs
mean?
this year.
Yeah, oh yeah, yeah. Well, the VMA, yeah, the VMAs to me, like I expect it from them. But like the Grammys, you look, it's like I remember one year when it was like, oh, Blink-182 finally got nominated for a Grammy. And it's like, what? I love Blink-182. Why the fuck are they getting nominated for a Grammy?
Yeah.
And it was for California, and it was up against like the Brendan Urie solo pan, the White Album by Weezer, which, by the way, one of the best late career Weezer albums. I love the White Album. I find it enjoyable. But if those are your nominees, you're fucking cooked. You know?
Yeah, they just they're not expanding their horizons and especially in the rock genre. Now maybe that'll change over the coming years as rock is becoming more popular, but again, the ones getting the
Because the part of
headlines
rock,
are
the
the
part of getting rock is getting popular is like the degent octane core dog
yes,
shit. Like, cool. You know, the sleep tokeners and stuff like that will get
the
bigger. Bring Me
gimmicky
the
stuff,
Horizon
yeah.
is going to get more poppy. Where like it's like book talk music to me. It's like this isn't for people that like rock. This is for like, and no offense to your community, Amanda. This is for people that want to read pervy stuff. You know what I mean? Like,
Well, we all enjoy pervy stuff,
yeah,
Rob.
the way you
And
fucking
sometimes
said that.
you need a good
We're too
soundtrack
we're
to
too
that.
like too much like family for you to say. I'm like gross. It's like my like I don't want to think about my sister. Like, oh, gross, bro. Like, but like no, seriously, like it's yeah. There's just so with the Grammys, I'm under the impression like if I'm not mistaken, the way the Grammy voting works is when you're a Grammy voting member, you're allowed to vote in X amount of categories, and you're told to vote in the categories that you have expertise on.
Yes,
Obviously, there's no way for most people to have expertise beyond a certain amount. And I imagine I'm under the impression once you're a Grammy voter, you're kind of a Grammy voter for life. So there's a lot of
definitely so.
aged people, older. Like you see it a lot with like hip hop. Obviously, the famous one about 13 years ago, Kendrick Lamar, second Kendrick mention on this pod. Shout out to the true mayor of Los Angeles, Kendrick Lamar.
Yes.
Say Drake. But Kendrick, Good Kid, Mad City, which this is not a hip hop podcast. Fucking one of the best records of all time.
Yeah.
And he loses to Macklemore, you know? But I imagine it's like if you're a middle-aged white guy who's been voting on the Grammys for 20 years, hadn't you didn't hear the backseat freestyle and money
No.
trees and poetic justice. You
You
didn't hear
heard
that
thrift
shit.
store.
You heard Thrift Store and you heard the song about, you know, when I was in the third grade, I thought I was gay because I like to clean my room song. You know what I mean? You heard
Yep,
those.
you
No
did.
disrespect to Mr. Macklemore. He himself, you know, knew he didn't deserve it, but like when a few of those happen, awards just lose all legitimacy. You know what I mean? Like it just
Yeah.
besides the culture changing, like I feel like at this point there's still a bit of a monoculture, but like the Grammys felt so irrelevant from that time forward.
Yeah, and I think the VMAs in the same way are. At one point, they were a way for us to see like what our fingers on the pulse of what is popular in our monoculture, and you could start seeing that as like the bands from the third wave emo started to edge their way
Do you remember
into
one year they did like it was like was it Fall Out Boy? It was definitely like My Chem and I want to say Yellow Card, and they had like three of our bands perform back to back to back.
Yes, they did. Yes, yeah. I think it was like a pre-show, if I remember, because Fall Out Boy did Sugar in the pre-show. And then they later went and won the Best New Artist, the MTV2 award. They won the MTV2 award, which is fan voted.
That's how I
And
learned about like we talk about they did have power. The VMAs were important. I remember I
yeah,
heard about Dashboard Confessional because of the MTV award. I didn't see the Unplugged until after this. You know, I'm like in the
Well, because it's
7th
2001.
grade.
Yeah, you wouldn't have.
Yeah, I
Yeah,
was in 7th or 8th
exactly.
grade, but it's like I knew Dashboard because it's like, what is this screaming infidelity song? Who is that guy? You know, I mean, I guess I'll
Yep,
check that out, you know, because like at a young age,
exactly.
it's like you want to hear all the music, you know what I mean? So it's like,
And
I'll go
they
cool.
and then back then, they did try to not give it to just, like, all the old artists, right? We weren't seeing Metallica and Aerosmith on the rock categories in the
Um,
2000s.
You'd
Maybe
maybe see
once or
them do
twice.
you'd see them do, like, a cutesy performance, like, I think of Michael popping out of, like, the little train cart to dance, like, during Pop with NSYNC. Like, they'd have
Yes.
him there as, like, a sign of respect thing, maybe they'd blend in, maybe they'd get, like, a duet performance to pay respect to the old and new, but it's not like they weren't just, like you know, in '99, you know, the first one I watched, Chris Rock hosts, Lauryn Hill, wins the big one at the end
Yeah.
for Doo-Wop, that thing, and it's like, they didn't go give it to, like, you know, fucking, you know, did Van Halen release a song that year? It's like, there's a sense of, like, we camp in our group chat today where we're talking about this kind of same stuff, and, you know, I'm a big wrestling fan. In the last, like, 15 years of wrestling, there's been no major stars this side of John Cena thing, and it's kind of like, why is there no new stars? Why is there no new stars? Because you're not building new stars, you're bringing out The Rock and those
And
guys for
Cena, yeah.
the Cena. You need Cena because you're counting on these guys to get the pop and to sell the tickets, as opposed to forcing the next generation to sink or fucking swim. Not even sink or swim, prop them up as a network, as a
Yeah, that's what they should be
whatever.
doing.
It's in your best interest to have these new artists get popular. That is going to feed you for the next half a decade until you get the next reign of them.
Yeah,
Because like
because all these artists
eventually,
are getting older.
no offense, all these people are going to be dead one day. And what are you going to do then, MTV? You know, like
Yeah. At some point, they decided they needed to focus more on nostalgia and bringing in the biggest names, and the awards became less about the videos and more about who's really popular in whatever the little monoculture we have left exists, who is the most popular. Like, that's why a lot of the K-pop bands, showed up. And even, like, Dochi's Anxiety, that was last year. Like,
it's the
that was
worst song I've
nominated.
ever heard in my entire
You do
life.
not like
I
Dochi at all, yeah.
fucking hate the anxiety. So I don't know the other songs. I like the one where she's like, I like drugs. I like to fuck. Like that one is like, I kind of like that one part right there. It's funny. It's funny. Like I don't mean this
It's
as
a
disrespect
yeah,
to Doechii, but
it
like
was a
you
great
sampled
TikTok
Godier. The fuck
sound.
out of here. Yeah,
Yeah.
but like it's all about like. I mean, I don't even, back in the day, like 10 years ago, be like, you want to get all the trending topics on Twitter or whatever it is. Like, that's what it is like a chase for virality, which is like the most fleeting bullshit in the world. You know what I mean?
Yeah. It would
Like
be
these are
so
not
much mo Go ahead.
like I was just gonna say like they're not there's no lasting impact to this. You know what I mean? Like I don't
Yeah.
sure they probably dominated on socials last night, but it's like will any of this matter in not even 6 months? Will any of this matter in 6 fucking days?
No, and that's why I think they need to start rethinking if they're gonna keep going, which CBS,
Of course.
Paramount,
They're
they're
not
gonna
gonna
keep
they're
going.
not gonna
Yeah.
get rid of the award show. It's
No.
gonna be a thing.
Yeah, and they need to rethink what they're doing with the categories. They need to start thinking about bring it to what it was about originally and not about who's, like, the most popular, and God bless, not Alex Warren's Ordinary. That is such a
I still haven't heard this, and I'm gonna go the
it's
rest of my
so
life
like,
with never hearing
it's
this.
such a bad song. I mean, it's basic. It's just your basic white person,
I
like,
thought we moved on from
uplifting,
my
like
people.
anyways,
At the end of the day,
yeah.
the white man always wins, all
I
right?
don't know.
Like, yeehaw.
It's fine. They have to start looking at it differently. Like the best part, one of the best moments to me is probably that Youngblood tribute to Ozzy Osbourne. I think that was probably one
Ozzy,
of
the
my
pride of Birmingham, one of the great Brits, and Youngblood's a great British artist who
he
also
is.
does well as well. He performs his ass off. I haven't really. There's one Youngblood track I do really like. It's called Cotton Candy. I don't know if you heard that. If you've heard that number, it's great.
No, I have
But
not.
besides that, like I'm not super familiar with him as well.
Yeah, but did a killer tribute to Ozzy Osbourne, and they
Sings his
brought out
ass off.
Aerosmith, which again, I don't know if this demographic knows who
Aerosmith.
Aerosmith is. I mean,
You
I
mean
do.
with the band with the guy that like had the parents sign off so he could take their 14-year-old daughter on tour with him, that guy?
I don't remember. I just knew that he had Alicia Silverstone in all of his movies videos with his daughter, Liv Tyler.
Yeah, Steven Tyler. One of the sketchiest dude that looks like an
Sketchiest.
ant. Yeah, yeah.
Him and Joe Perry. Yeah, I mean, it was a good performance for all intents and purposes, but again, Youngblood's relevant to the demographic they're looking at, but was Aerosmith? They were for
Is he?
me, like, in 2001 when they did, like, the halftime show with Britney Spears and NSYNC, because I grew up listening to Aerosmith because my mom loved
Because you're
Aerosmith,
but the same thing there too, that's like part
so
of
I had to
MTV is
listen to
like,
Aerosmith, and then they
you
brought out
shouldn't
Jaded. What was that?
okay, I'll talk a lot of shit on Aerosmith, but Jaded fucking rips. I love the Jaded song. That song,
Jaded. Jaded you.
that's
No.
that
Yep.
song rips. That song
The
fucking
song,
rips.
yep.
Besides that, the second best Aerosmith
Crying?
song
Oh.
was written by Diane Warren from the Armageddon film.
Yes, I don't wanna miss a thing.
Don't want to
You're
miss
right,
the
you're
thing.
right.
I'm under the impression, actually, I'm not 100% sure. We'll maybe fact check this later, Jamie. I'm pretty sure the guitarist from The Strokes, I'm pretty sure his father actually was a co-writer on that song as well.
Well, that's wild. We will have to fact check that.
Yeah, they're deep in the Nepo Baby game. Shout out to The Strokes, Manhattan's
Shout out to The
favorite
Strokes.
dirtbags. Yeah.
But, yeah, I mean, again, it was a great performance, but, you know, CBS could have just also had done a Ozzy Osbourne tribute show if we wanted to, minus everything else, and that would have also
They'd
been
have to
quite
do it
effective.
earlier in the day, though, for the people that are old enough for that to be relevant to not be asleep.
That's
I mean, we
true.
just had a long day of watching football on CBS. You want me to watch an award show after that?
That is true. And we know where they're gonna do more because, yes, their numbers are up. I think they went up, like, 45% in ratings from last year, which is a huge jump, and that's
I
mainly
think the
because they.
CBS probably helps because,
Yes.
yeah, I wouldn't even know where to find MTV. I mean, obviously, who has cable anymore? But like, especially during
No.
football season, I subscribe to Paramount Plus during football season to watch the Charger games, and it's like
Well, I unsubscribed.
if I wasn't busy watching the greatest band in the history of the world, Oasis, I probably would have hate watched the VMAs, or at least I would have flipped it on for a second and been like, "What the fuck is this?" You know what I mean? Like I'd be like a
Yeah.
dad watching Fox News, just like, "What? Oh, I can't watch any more of this." You know what I mean? I got these fucking kids. Like, why do they all look like that? Why are they dressed like that? You know?
It's a weird mixed bag, and I even say it's kids because, again, like I said, when you look at some of these artists on here, they're not even, like, kids artists. I guess they are, but at the same time, are they?
I remember one year.
I need to
Of
bring a
course, you're
Gen
gonna
Z
remember
person on
this.
here.
Fall
Yeah.
Out Boy, Benji, turn the light on, brother. Get the hell out of here, brother. What are you doing? Thank you. Leave the light alone, brother. Pancakes in 20 minutes. I remember one year, I believe it was in the pre-show. It was a few years later. I believe this is the 2007 pre-show. Fall Out Boy performed on the pre-show, I want to say.
Yeah, but in the hotel suite with
They did that
Rihanna.
cool thing. Remember they used to do they did like the Don't Matter.
Yeah, so such a good
I
version of Don't
love
Matter
that.
by Akon.
The little Don't Matter ignition little remix
Yes.
thing before they'd get into it. That was one of my favorite things ever. When I was in my band, we did this. Because people would want to hear covers, and we were like, "What if we just made like a 3-minute medley of every pop song that uses that progression, like the Four Chords guys, but not in a jokey way, where it's like, okay, we'll do Bruno Mars, The Lazy Song, Semi Charmed Life, Cruise, and then like it drops down to the Akon into
Yep.
Someone Like You by Adele. These are cool songs, like they're easy to mash in, but it's like I 100% bit that idea from your boy Pat. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, they ended up taking that on tour too. They've used
Yeah,
that
that's
Don't
on.
Matter.
It's
They
on the
would, yeah.
Live in Phoenix DVD. I got the
Yeah.
DVD too, Amanda. Yeah, we're both.
Do
Yeah,
you? Good.
I
Okay,
got
good.
it. I still got it here. Yeah, yeah.
And if you don't have
worry.
it, someone ripped it and it's on YouTube.
Yeah.
For anyone who wants to
I don't
watch
have a
it.
DVD player, so if I wanted to watch it, that's the only way I'd be able to. Yeah.
Same. I don't have one either. And I don't even have a CD-ROM drive in my computer anymore because they don't put those in there anymore. But no, I mean, yeah, that stuff was it was a moment for a lot of those bands. And that was probably the last like relevancy for a lot of those bands in terms of MTV. And then eventually MTV lost its relevancy as YouTube became a thing, as the social media really took off. And then, of course, once you could just stream everything, you weren't really necessarily like looking for those music videos. It's kind of sad when you think about it because music videos play such an important role. I don't know about your upbringing, but when I think about music, in my early, like, in the 90s and 2000s,
Videos,
the
I'd see it in
music
videos, yeah.
videos were so like, I think about that Black Hole Sun video still freaks me out. Like, and not as much as it did when I was a child, like, with everyone melting, in
Yes,
Black Hole
yeah.
yeah, like, that freaked me out when I first saw it. Like, those are, like, the Freak on a Leash, the bullet,
One of the
right,
best
going
videos of all
through.
time. That's right when I
Yeah.
started watching, yeah.
Yeah, I mean, even, like, I liked Limp Bizkit's, Rearranged was a good one.
Or, like, they're in the jail and it starts getting, like,
Yeah.
filled up with the milk, yeah.
Yeah, like, there's just, like, moments. I mean, of course, NSYNC and Britney Spears and all them, like, I could go on about their music videos. I watched all their making ofs. I mean, Fall Out Boy has
While
iconic music
we're here.
videos.
We've been doing a lot of shitting on Viacom, and I don't wanna totally make it bad because, Viacom, if you're watching this, we would love to occupy, like, a half-hour space on your programming there. If
If,
we'll
yeah,
take
if you're down for it.
what do you pay Rob Deerdeck? We will do it for 70% of that amount.
We're cheap.
Yeah, up for negotiation, honestly, probably down to 30% of Rob Deerdeck's rate. What are your 3 favorite music videos of all time, Amanda? We can go more than 3, but, give me, like, your top 3. What are the ones that just really just rock your world? You just think back and you're like,
Mm,
this fucked my shit up."
my gosh, okay. That is a good well, honestly, I think Black Hole Sun would have to be on there because that
I was
really
gonna
did
say,
fuck
a
my
lot of
shit
Chris
up.
Cornell love here, yeah.
Yeah, yeah, that messed up my whole world. Oh my gosh. When I think of my favorite music videos, I mean, there's so many. It's so hard to choose. Okay, I would have to say NSYNC's Bye 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 with the puppets. I think that was masterful and genius. Obviously, it was a metaphor for them, breaking free
Leaving
from
Lou, yeah.
yeah, leaving Lou. It was iconic in that right. And then my gosh, let's see. I'm trying to think of the music videos that just well, that's gonna sound weird. The Runaway Train music video, it was
Soul
so
Asylum?
you're so fucking sad,
You're
yes.
dating yourself here. I like to pretend we're the
I am
same age on the show for your sake, but I have never fucking seen the Runaway Train music video.
you haven't? Oh, man.
Absolutely not.
That's a good maybe I'll go with, you know what? I'll go with Michael Jackson and Janet Jackson's Scream. How about that? That is iconic, and seeing the 2 of them together, and I like that song. And, yeah, they're in that white room, and they're crawling all over the place, so I'll give it to them as one of my favorite music videos. But, yeah, there's a lot of music videos that I love. What about you? What do you give? What are your
I have a very clear number 1 favorite music video in my life.
what is that?
You don't know? Have I never told you?
Mm.
The most important music video of my entire
Is
life.
it
Most
Blink-182?
Yeah, what's my age again?
Okay, then that's what I thought. Okay,
Seeing those
there we go.
guys run naked on the street probably says all sorts of weird stuff about me that I find that so entertaining, but, like, I to this day, is just, like, I hear that song start, I get so happy. Like, that's a song where it's like, I will never, ever get tired of hearing "What's My Age Again." Like, I've never skipped it, I don't think, in my entire life. You know what I mean? And that
Yeah,
video
Yosi
is
one,
just
yeah.
perfect. It's hilarious. It's a very quick song when they run past the nurse, and they kinda run back, over there, the
Yep,
girl with the magnifying glass, like, incredible. One of the best fucking songs of all time. Like, All the Small Things is the popular video because they make fun of all the boy bands. It's really well done,
that's
but to me,
yeah.
there's just, like, this, like truly, if I had to pick one music video that changed my life in any way, it's "What's My Age Again." Number two is gonna be a bit of a surprise for you probably. Number 2, I'm going with "Back That Ass Up" by Juvenile.
Really?
There's
Nice,
just
I don't rip
the
not the thong
coolest
song? The thong
No, no,
song seems to be more like
I found the thong song uncomfortable. I was like 11 when it came out. I found, like, naked women on I found that to be, like, uncomfortable. Like, I'm not supposed to be watching this.
now I
It
gotta
feels
remember
just
what the "Back That Ass Up"
it's funny, like, the naked
looks
dudes is
like.
okay to me, but the naked lady stuff just felt like it feels uncomfortable to me. It's like, well, this is a little objectifying. You're trying to sell sex to me
Oh,
or something like that.
you felt that at 11? You felt that
I
at
was a
11?
super I
Really?
was raised by a single mother who listened to Lilith Fair bands, trust me. Like, yeah, that shit was I remember one time
Sonny came home with
my
a
mom walked in
vengeance.
on me one time and I was playing you remember video games that have, like, loading screens?
Yes.
And I was playing SmackDown 2, the WWE game, and there was a loading screen with, like, Trish Stratus on there with, like, popped up big thing, and my mom walked in and she's like, women don't look like that, right? You need to understand that's not how women look. You shouldn't be
She's
playing these
not
games. You
wrong.
shouldn't be watching it." Yeah, awesome. Love my mom for that kinda stuff. But the back that ass up video, like at that time, like I liked hip hop a lot. Like as a kid, I loved hip hop. Eminem was cool, but like back that ass up was like just some southern fucking New Orleans, Louisiana hood shit that like I had no knowledge of. And then at
Say
the
like Nelly's Hot in Here would be more iconic than that.
the only
Oh my
one
God.
honorable runner up, not hot in here, Country Grammar, because Country Grammar gave me the
Country
same thing. A
Grammar's,
lot of the
yeah.
times these rappers have these videos where it's just like, let's get the whole neighborhood into it. Like still to this day, like, you know, KC,
You know,
Montana,
NSYNC
Alabama,
tried that with
LA.
Girlfriend, and it was
Girlfriend with
not,
Nelly, same thing. It doesn't quite work, but like
doesn't quite work.
back that ass up when it gets towards the end, you're on that last verse, and all of a sudden, like I'm 10 years old at this time, and all of a sudden this 13-year-old kid pops up named Lil Wayne. He's like, after you back it up, then stop and drop it like it's hot. And it's just like, this is a kid. He's like my age, you know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
what the fuck? And you got Manny Fresh in there, you know, I know you can't stand it. Dick Bandit. Incredible. Incredible. And same with Country Grammar. Like those are just like and I'm doing 5 videos here, fuck it. Outcast Miss Jackson.
That's a good music video. That's
Oh
true.
my God, is the run around the house, it's raining and Andre's trying, and like
Yeah.
when I was a kid, like to me, I think of like punk, and like we just dropped that interview with Petty on Monday, and it's like to me, there's such an intersect between like hip hop and rock music to me, where it's like
Yes.
a creativity of being yourself. Like before I ever wanted to be a punk rocker or anything like that, I wanted to be Andre 3000. 100%.
Interesting.
I'd be wearing like, I'd be dressed weird. I'd be throwing on like a bucket cap with the jersey and like weird pants, something like that, just because like was the coolest dude in the history of the world to me. Legitimately, like Andre 3000 was the coolest dude. Like Miss Jackson video, got Big Boy out there washing the car, so cool. But the 5th video, and this is a lot more on brand with our program.
Beautiful.
Sugar, we're going down.
Oh, yeah, that is one of my
Sugar.
favorite music videos. That would be in my top. No, would it be? Go ahead. No, keep going. Finish your thought.
I was gonna say, like, yeah, it's the beauty of it. The dad, there's like a deep message in here that I feel like gets deeper as like our world gets more divided politically, and you know, like we have such a thing now of people living their true self and society wanting to hold them back. You know what I mean? I don't know if that was the
Yeah.
goal at the time, but I see this and it feels like a statement in 2025. If you watch Sugar, it feels like a statement against like transphobia or homophobia, where it's like the dad wants to shoot, you know, he wants to shoot the boyfriend with the horns, and then the dad gets hit with the car and you realize he has hoofs.
He's
He's the
the
same.
same thing.
It's self-hatred coming out, you know what I mean? And like
Exactly.
it's beautiful. And the band just like they felt so cool in a way, you know what I mean?
They were
They
really
just they
cool.
looked like regular guys almost, and then like but they're sick,
And
you
they
know,
wanted
Joe.
to do something that was not like the rest of the like, it wasn't like the rest of the pop punk bands were doing, where it's like everyone's at the skate park and there's a party and like a Sum 41 video, right?
Fuck, I was gonna
They
say,
didn't
I'm
want
adding
that.
another one. Fat Lip. Fat
Fat
Lip
Lip.
starts out
Yes.
with the fucking rapping at the convenience
Yeah.
store. That to me, that Fat Lip video. If you've never been to Canada, that is Canada right there. That is rural or suburban Canada right there. You got the weirdo, you know, little hillbilly kids with the trailer park kids, with the hip hop kids, with the metalheads, and they're all just kind of mashed in there because there's nothing else to do, causing shit. Like I watched like all these videos, and like, for lack of better terms, I legitimately like feel something. I feel feelings, Amanda, when I
Yeah.
watch these videos. I feel feelings, which I haven't done in 15 years or so.
I know. And I feel like there's that's lost now to a generation. I think that's why MTV struggles so hard, is because we remember these videos and we have such distinct memories and we hold on to them. Not just the songs, because obviously the songs are very close to us too, but the videos themselves, the imagery, what it meant to us to sit and watch those videos.
Right?
I
Do you
felt,
remember?
I
Do you remember
mean,
the first time you saw like the Gold Digger video and Kanye did like the
yep.
like the first
Oh,
time,
yeah.
just like
Look,
fucking, you're
I
like,
still remember the dance that Mark, Travis, and Tom do in All the Small Things when they pretend to be the band.
right? And they do the little
Like, I
thing.
still know
Yeah.
the not home, turn the lights off. Yeah,
You
I still
mentioned
know that.
NSYNC. My favorite NSYNC is It's Gonna Be Me, because yeah, me and my daughter, like Nova, there was a
It
while.
was Fall Out Boys too, apparently.
Yeah, we do the whole fucking dance. We do the It's Gonna Be
So do
dance
I.
with we do the drop down and it comes back up. You know what I mean? Stuff like that. Just like the just too far. It's gonna be and
Yeah.
JC Chasez doing a little
Oh,
fucking come towards me
you have to
thing, and they
understand, music video like, my sister and I used to film ourselves with our own we would do our own music videos trying to, like, either recreate like, my sister did the chair dance for Britney Spears' "Stronger," also an iconic music video, and she recorded herself doing that. We also made a music video for Lucky, her song, which she eventually came
great
out with.
song.
Yeah, which we did our music video before, and it was very much like what she did. It was fantastic. God, if I could
Say
ever find those
visionary,
tapes.
yeah. If you can find that
Visionary.
tape, you might be able to. You might. I mean, yeah. We got to figure out. I'm pretty sure that I can't remember the big director at the time. It wasn't Joseph Hahn yet. Whoever it was, like
No.
they might owe you a little money if you came up with that concept.
Yeah,
You
that's not how
mentioned
they
you mentioned Britney. When I was in high school, my favorite Britney song and favorite Britney video is Sometimes.
That's beautiful, yeah,
Yeah, they're
simple.
right up the street in Malibu just and when I was in high school, we did like air band stuff, where you do an air
Yes.
band, like lip sync to the song. And the grad council, like the student union kids, had this big production put together for Afternoon Delight, from Anchorman. I was like, I just, I'm very contrarian. I was just like, fuck these fucking dorks. You know what I mean? Like, I was like, I'm gonna do my own. I signed up day of, and there's this kid, Kyle Ellis, shout out Kyle Ellis. And I was like, brother, took him in a room. I was like, or we went to our friend's house at lunchtime, and I was like, "You're gonna sit in this chair. I just need you to not break." I went to a Catholic school, and I went around beforehand. I found some just asked the girls like, "Who has glitter?" Like, I need some sort of makeup stuff, and I put like glitter on my chest. I wore like a zip up. Remember, we'd wear like the zip up sweaters that weren't hoodies; they were like collared right here.
Yes.
I did it with the collar up and the zip up. So then halfway through, I unzip it, and I'm like glittered up, and during the bridge, I like get on the ground, I crawl to him. I had like my football ring, and I like put it on his finger after like basically giving him a lap dance.
Yeah,
And then, thankfully the winner was decided by crowd and I won and I got $100, 100 Canadian dollars, 100 Canadian dollars in 2006. So this is probably the equivalent of like 12 American dollars. But
fantastic.
I split it 50-50 with Kyle and I went and illegally bought a case of beer and had some fun with my friends.
Beautiful.
Beautiful tale.
Beautiful tale, I'm so
Beautiful
glad.
tale. Beautiful tale. I still know this whole dance, all the dance. I mean, LFO, Summer Girls. I had a whole
Also
dance to Girl on TV. I did it at like our actual like grad
oh
thing. So in
my
Canada, we
gosh.
have this thing when you graduate high school to avoid people drinking and driving. You'd bring like every kid, you'd get one guest as long as they're over the age of 16, and you could bring a cooler of booze. You could have up to a case of beer and one bottle in there. And they'd pick you
Wow.
up the night of graduation. You'd get on these buses after the grad. Like, we didn't really have prom, but it was like a dance that no one cared about. And they'd pick you up on these buses at 11:30, and they'd take you to like an undisclosed location. Cell phones weren't as big of a deal yet, but you couldn't have your cell phone. They patted you down. You could have like a digital camera or like a disposable, and they take you out there. And there was a DJ, and we had him do Girl on TV, and we did like the whole Girl on TV dance. We had it all set up,
Wow.
and it's just like, but that was the thing. I mean, obviously the
Yeah,
youth are still choreographing dances because of TikTok, but let me just say the TikTok
but
dances
not
compared
based
to the
off of
music video dances, the TikTok dances, kids, if you're watching this for some reason, you got to step your shit up. Your dances are fucking dog shit. Okay, I see you're just doing like a lot of hand stuff. I know that's a lot
yeah,
coming from
it's
me, the guy
hand
that does
things.
this a lot on the internet, but like you gotta incorporate the hips. Maybe you don't know about Wyclef Jean from Haiti and Shakira. Hips do not lie.
Hips do
Hands
not lie.
hands do a lot of lying. You misdirect. This is how you rob people is with your hands, but your hips
They can't lie.
they
Not at all.
literally cannot. On that
They
George
cannot.
Washington shit.
Yes. So, yeah, at the end of the day, music videos, MTV, VMAs, at one point, they were iconic,
Oh
but
yeah.
with the way the culture has changed, it's become harder for them to stay relevant, and now I feel like they're just grasping at straws, and
Irrelevant.
yeah, I don't the only thing I can think to get them back is for them to go back to their true roots and actually start giving out or nominating things for actual quality and not just because that person's famous and that's the trending song on TikTok or the trending song on Spotify. They have to look at really like someone's going out there and looking at what are the music videos that are out there right now. Like,
It's tough. I mean,
yeah,
realistically, this is never gonna happen.
no, it won't. They're just going to keep going with what's popular and until the ratings get bad enough and that's going to happen to the Grammys as well. At the same time, there I see them struggling further and further more. I mean, on the other industries, they're doing the same thing. The movie industry also is struggling to stay relevant because also the idea of not that giving awards is a bad thing, but
Awards for
when there's
subjective shit, yeah.
subjective, yeah, when there's so much out there, there's so much art, there's so many music videos. To say that these are the best ones by randomly picked by a committee is,
Committee
again,
of middle-aged white
very
guys probably, yeah.
authoritarian. Yeah, in our day and age, it's not what a lot of people care about anymore. They don't need that. They don't need them to tell them what's popular, what's the best music, because we all know that always doesn't coincide.
Yeah, I mean, it's MTV is not necessary anymore. There was a time where it was necessary, and when you're kind of needed, you can kind of do whatever the hell you want because these people need you. We don't need MTV anymore. It's essentially completely irrelevant. If they want any attention beyond the institutional attention of and the nostalgia, they need to figure something out because like I said, our friend who's like, "Oh geez, I'd be sad this thing from when we were kids went away." Eventually we're going to be fucking dead too. You know what I mean? Or we're not going to be interested in watching it. And people under the age of 25 or 20, whatever it is, whatever the magic age is that has no attachment to these things, they're only going to get older and the next generation is going to care even less. So it's going to be at a point
Yes.
where it's like they're going to go the way of like American Bandstand or something, you know?
Yeah, and that's what happened. American Bandstand, what's the dance show, like, all those things that they used to have, because we didn't
Like
grow
where
up with it.
they'd go to the high school and they'd all be dancing thing, like that thing. Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, like, we didn't grow up with that, so it all eventually goes away. The same thing will happen to VMAs. The only difference is that unlike American Bandstand, which is a bygone product that we may have heard about or you see recreated in movies, they can see clips of our stuff online, right? So that's the only reason, like, they're not growing up with it. They're growing up with, like, a memory of it, but they can
Yes.
see it where we couldn't really see American Bandstand back in the day, but they can because of the internet. So it's
But
different,
we knew it
but
was
they
like
don't
our
have the
parents'
same
thing too.
attachment.
No,
Yeah,
yeah.
exactly, and they see it as a millennial thing, like, this is what millennials liked, Gen X, right? Not
Yeah,
what
we're
we
we're
yeah,
the new we're dangerously close to being the new boomers to where
we
it's like
are.
if you're younger, like I mean, honestly, I'm smack dab in the millennial age. I find us to be revolting at times. Like I find anything
He
millennial coded,
does, we've
I
talked about this.
am a Gen Xer at heart. Okay, I'm transgen. Okay, like I believe myself to. You're like fuck, that's it. Gets in trouble. I I like I see I identify as I look at our generation, I find it even just this right here, like doing a show on YouTube to me in my head at one point, it was like, oh, that's this millennial thing. Like, I don't like it. Like the millennial part, it is hard for me to come around to certain things. And because of the cringiness and things like that, that our generation is associated with, for better or worse. You know what I mean? We've discussed why
Yeah,
that is and why not on different episodes, but like the Gen Z kids ain't having it. And the Gen Alpha kids are definitely not having it. And the Gen Beta
they
kids are going
sure
to say,
not.
what the fuck is this that our grandparents liked, you know?
Yeah, exactly, yeah.
It's 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 dead.
It's dead,
Rest in
and
peace. It's a vegetable right now. The MTV VMAs are the new Terry Schiavo. It's like I was waiting for you. I was like, did she get that? Did she catch that? Yeah, she
got
did.
it, I
Oh yeah,
got
she
it,
did.
yep,
Yeah.
I got
It's
it.
time to pull the plug. Give it the dignified look. I recently went with this myself, okay? Josie, she was very sick. I love Josie. If it was up to me, I would have just kept her laying here. I would have fucking cleaned her bottom myself as she just fucking pooped in her bed and peed in her bed and just hand fed her myself. But it's like
She's
this
gone.
isn't she's not she's miserable. She's in pain. It's time.
Yeah,
And I
unless
don't,
MTV starts playing unless for some reason they start playing music videos again somehow, which again, with cable being cut, how would that even work? How would you put that on Paramount Plus? Would you have, like, a show dedic like,
that's the
I
thing
don't
too,
even
like we've
know
talked about before.
what that would look
Post
like.
I had a post many months ago about, and Paramount Plus should, have all the old TRLs on there. And people pointed
I
out
would
to me
love
like
that.
the licensing on that would be fucking insane. There's a reason you go watch back old shows sometimes. Sometimes they'll swap out songs because like you don't
They
have the
won't get the
rights to these songs in perpetuity or whatever. The perpetuity? Did I use that word right?
in perpetuity.
In perpetuity, yeah. So
Yeah.
you gotta understand, like, I'm a bit of a mad laugh from England still. Don't let the Southern California outfit fool you, all right? I'm still a
My
bloke.
gosh.
I'm still a bit of a cheeky cunt, all right? Bomba clap. There's really no way to do this to make this relevant again, ever. It'll never happen. Not even the sooner we move on, because like it doesn't matter. I don't, no one's like, oh geez, the MTV VMAs sucked. I'm excited for them to be good again. No one expects them to be good. I think it's just out of habit. There's these institutions where it's like, oh, I should put this on and watch it. It's the same thing with like New Year's Eve shows. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like you're gonna go
No
watch
one
like
needs yeah.
it
Who's watching
sucks.
the Dick Clark New
Yeah.
Year's Eve special with Ryan Seacrest?
I saw one time, I saw Green Day perform on the New Year's Eve show one year. They recorded it in late October, early November, and they did the whole New Year's countdown. We were in line.
That's wild.
My buddy King Justini. What's up, buddy? Okay, thank you, buddy.
Hey, Veggie.
You got anything to say on the show? No. What's your thoughts on emo music, Benji? He's really into like Nas X and Juice World. Juice World is basically an emo rapper. So yeah, I've
He
heard
is,
Lucid
yeah.
Dreams from him
Fall Out Boy
so
did a
many
collab with him,
fucking times.
posthumous.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh my God. But like, yeah, I was in line. We were gonna go see my King Justini's like, I got tickets to this free Green Day thing. We show up in the line is like fucking down like 3 city blocks in LA, and we're like, oh, this sucks. We're not gonna make it in. The Clippers at the time sucked. It was the year they drafted Blake Griffin, and he wasn't playing. He was injured. So like the tickets were
Yeah.
$5. And we went to the game, and then we went on the patio to enjoy a cheeky cigarette, left-hand
Yeah, of
cigarette,
course.
and you could see them performing in LA live. Green Day, they're doing Basket Case. This is like first century breakdown era, so they're doing like 21 Guns. And then it's like, all right, let's record like the countdown. You guys all got to count. And they did it like twice. And like from that point on, it was like seeing how the sausage was made. You know what I mean? I'm like,
That's
I'm
cool.
never watching this dog shit again. You know what I mean? Like I like Green
Yeah.
Day and all, but like, God.
Yeah. Who wants that on when they're trying to get kissed at midnight anyway?
Yeah.
So,
Yeah,
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 exactly.
I mean, I was with the boys, but yeah, I mean, we were trying to hook
Yes.
up. Yeah, we're
Yeah.
trying to hook up with each other.
Exactly. Who are we all doing it? So, yeah, I mean, VMAs will always for me, I'll always look back on them and think of them as my memories and talk about them in that respect, but it is hard to watch the new VMAs because it's a weird mix, and I don't understand it. I know there are younger kids who are watching it. Yeah, so, yeah.
I think
It
instead
was
of worrying
interesting.
about these things from the past and longing for them, things will never come back. It's time we move on and accept the beautiful new things now. Because like, why watch the VMAs when you can listen to a podcast?
It's true. A
And
podcast like this one.
like literally only this one. I mean, we have in the next couple weeks, we have this Friday, Saturdays at your place, our interview drops.
So
The
exciting.
day the album
Yes.
comes out. Incredible interview. Just interviewed Mitch. Awesome, dude. Love that
Very
dude.
much
The
so.
next week, we got the Summer Brews interview dropping. Summer Brews, incredible fucking newer band. You guys are going to love the Infinity Guys record. The week after that, we got Aren't We Amphibians from San Diego. Great record dropping. These are hot new bands. And instead of being hung up on the 2000s and the 90s and these things they'll never come back, let's just really enjoy the things we can enjoy now, Like
Yeah.
I legitimately I love right now so much more than I love the past
Yeah.
in
There's
every
a lot of
sense.
great things. Yeah.
And that's, I
I
think,
agree.
the healthiest way to, not so much the healthiest way to live, but like the happiest way to live. You're never going to be happy. Like comparison is the thief of joy. I learned that from
It
John
is.
Cena. And if you're comparing everything to the past and the way things were and stuff like that, you're never going to be happy. We live in an awesome time where you don't need MTV to show you 8 music videos in an hour, or 10 music videos, or whatever they can allot, the 2 music videos, then a block of commercials. You can go listen to any record you want in the history of the world at your fingertips for fucking like $10 a month. You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah. And you can
let's,
do it for free on YouTube because YouTube, a lot of people use YouTube for their music, and you get the music video as well. So you get
yeah.
double
Every
bang
night,
for your buck.
almost every night, I do a midnight music mania where it's just like play music videos. You know what I mean? Like, let's do
Yeah.
this one, let's do that one. It's fun. You can do your own goddamn TRL. Look, I love you, Carson Daly, but I'm the new Carson Daly. Amanda's the new Carson Daly. We're like,
Our top 10s would vary wildly, but it would be hilarious.
it'd be fun. Yeah, yeah.
It'd be a
Like,
good
and
time.
it's just you can recreate these things and you can reinvent them in your own way. That's more fun.
It is more fun. That's a good way to end that, Rob.
I had fun with
So,
you today, Amanda. You're one of
I
my
had fun
favorite
with you as
people.
well.
It's what a great day.
Yes, it's been a very good day. So thank you everyone for watching. Remember to like and subscribe. Follow us on all of our social media channels, Emo Kids Anonymous. And make sure you also check out Never a Phase Network, which I remembered just now that I'm going to talk about that in the pre-filmed Never a Phase promo that I have. So have a great day, everyone.
Yeah,
I will
have a
talk to
great
y'all
day, all
soon.
right? Don't be Don't be a bunch of fucking wankers hung up on the past, all right? We might be in the greatest rock band of all time, but there's tons of great rock bands right now. It's time for you to explore. When you finish doing this, do me a favor, all right? Be a mad lad. Don't be a full kit wanker. Hop on your Spotify, your Apple, your YouTube, whatever you're using, and go find yourself some new music, all right? All right?
Thank
Because
you,
I want
Liam.
to be under the sea in an octopus's garden with you.
Hey guys, again, thank you so much for watching. If you weren't aware, this show is a part of the Never a Phase Network, a collective of creators keeping the spirit of the scene alive. You can discover more shows and creators like this one at neveraphasenetwork.com and follow us on TikTok and Instagram at Never a Phase Network. Long live NapNet.
Only friend I need.